Violence has erupted again amid protests in France against fuel taxes and the government's economic agenda. Thousands have converged on the famed Champs Elysées. Police deployed tear gas and water cannon. The demonstrators, who call themselves the Yellow Jackets, are upset about rising fuel prices and Emmanuel Macron's leadership. Macron has promised to lay out new plans on Tuesday to ease the situation. Freelance journalist Catherine Field is in Paris and joins us now. Catherine, thanks for joining us. Let's talk about what's been happening there today.
Yes, good morning, John. It started at early hours of Saturday morning on the Champs Elysées when around 5,000 demonstrators took to the streets to demonstrate against this rise in the tax on diesel here in France. They were then joined by some, what politicians are saying, far-right troublemakers, and that's when we saw this many hours of barricades being built, of rocks being thrown at police. The police have now sort of clamped down in the whole area, John. They say they've made 18 arrests. They say that they have at least secured the presidential palace, because the key area around the presidential palace, the American embassy, is at the bottom of the Champs Elysées, and that's what they were really scared of, that this mass of 5,000 angry protesters would make their way down there. For the time being, they've got them encircled right up the other end of the right up the other end, of the Arc de Triomphe. They're hoping that will hold, but more people are joining the demonstration, and of course you are getting that hardcore of demonstrators, John.
Of course, taking to the streets in Paris is a time-honored tradition, but what are these protesters upset about?
In particular, they're upset about the taxes that are being put on diesel. If you look at the price of diesel at the moment, it's just gone up. It's around $2.26. That's 2.26 Canadian dollars a litre. Later this year, it's going to go up again. It'll be up to $2.34 a litre. Now, 58% of that price is straight-out tax. So the protesters are saying, look, 20 years ago, you told us to buy diesel, to get cheaper diesel, and this is where the future. Now you tell us that it's not what we should be doing, that we should be buying new equipment, new environmentally friendly cars. We want the government to put their hand in their pocket and give us more incentives to move to environmentally friendly transport. However, John, as you know, people in the countryside, we're talking about people who've bought big tractors, farm equipment. They say they just don't have the money to be able to replace this machinery, and they say it's on top of all the new taxes that this government has brought in. It's just too much, and it's time to take to the streets.